Hi, Samantha. Hello. Hi, Samantha. Hello.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Samantha Uncut, where I discuss celebrity news, hot topics, reality TV, and so much more. All commentary is alleged and, in my opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. Hey, beauties. So we are back again with another Beyond the Gates review. We are on episode 5, and we're just going to jump right into it. I don't want to keep you guys waiting because there's a lot to unpack. So the episode starts off with Eva, who is the daughter of Leslie. Leslie is the lady who allegedly ran Laura off the road in episode 4. And Eva is in the office with Nicole, and Nicole is looking like money in this opening scene. She's wearing this burgundy pantsuit, and it looks like silk, and these Saint Laurent they look like these Saint Laurent Lee 75 slingbacks, but they're in burgundy that she's wearing. So she's all clad in burgundy and this white silk looking blouse. She's just looking like money, like a boss sitting at her desk. Nicole is basically interviewing Eva for the replacement for Laura, because we know that Leslie allegedly ran Laura off the road because she wanted Eva to get the position that Laura had. So Nicole is interviewing her, and in this moment we find out that Leslie is actually the adopted mom of Eva, so they're not blood related. And Leslie and Mona is Nicole's assistant or / coordinator. I referred to her before as the coordinator, but her name is Mona. So Leslie and Mona, they are friends, and that's how Leslie is able to get information on what is going on in Nicole and Ted's life. And so we find out in this moment that Leslie is Eva's adopted mom, and they haven't been in DC for that long, and she's looking to set up her roots and all of that. So Eva asks about Laura, pretending like she doesn't know what's going on. Nicole lets her know that Laura is going to be okay, not to worry about that. And then she lets her know that the only person that she's worrying about right now is Dani, because tonight is the wedding for Bill and Haley. So we go over to Haley and Bill now. I'm going to call him Sleazy Bill because I can't stand Bill already. So Haley's on the phone talking to Bill about how she's excited about their wedding upcoming, and they're looking forward to the honeymoon. They're going to Italy for their honeymoon, and Bill is just letting her know that, you know, she has a lot to look forward to, and he's going to give her the world and all of this. And Haley's telling him that she's sorry that she's cost him so much. And this little piece of, he's going to respond and say, do you see me worrying or crying over anything that I've lost? My marriage to Dani was going to end anyways. Like, bro, if your marriage to her was going to end anyways, fine, cool. But to do her the way you did with your daughter's best friend, that is disgusting. Bill is disgusting. I can't stand him. Child, then we go over to Dani and Andre. Dani is in this dreamy, like, she is glowing in her sleep, and Andre is watching her sleep. And then she wakes up and they're talking about what happened the night before. And Dani is just like, you know, letting him know that last night was amazing and he made her feel alive, and how I can imagine how he made you feel alive. Like the steamy hot romance that happened between them. Oh my goodness. So he is trying to tell Dani basically that he loved being with her and how she deserves more than what Bill gave to her. And she's just letting him know that, you know, she's very raw out of the divorce and she's not ready to jump in anything else with anyone so soon, because all she remembers is being married to Bill, and she feels like she's still married to him. So she's not trying to jump in anything. But Andre is looking like, I'm ready to jump in to more with you. Like he wants Dani. While he is feeling Dani is still stuck on her getting back at Bill and Haley motion, right? Because he's there telling her that, you know, she should move on from Bill, and she's trying to get him out of her house, because she's like, I don't want any one of the nosy neighbors to see that you spend the night. And he's like, so what? Like, maybe it will send a message to Bill that you're moving on. And she's gonna say, but I'm not. Girl, oh my God. Dani has a good man, a good black man sitting on her bed, and she is still worried about sleazy Bill. Like, so we move to the next filler scenes where Haley is just very excited about her wedding, and she's talking to the assistant, Caroline, or Carolyn, whatever her name is. She's wondering if the people at the law office, if they're actually her friends and if they like her. And Caroline is just letting her know that, yeah, they like you. You're part of you're part of the family now. So in this moment, we find out that Haley doesn't know her dad. Her dad left when she was younger, and she basically had to grow up on her own because her mom kind of blamed her for her dad leaving. Eva also got the job with Nicole, so she's gonna be working with Nicole, and it's temporary until Laura gets back, but I'm pretty sure she's gonna do everything to make sure Laura does not come back. So we go over to Bill's office, or his hotel room, I should say, because he's getting dressed for his wedding, and Dani shows up, guys. Dani is really paining me right now because I hate to see her in this moment. But Dani goes over to Bill to basically plead with Bill to come home, to call off the wedding. And she's expressing how much she loves him and how much they have built over the years. And Bill did the most hurtful thing that you could ever do to a woman in such a moment. He basically he looked at her with like some love or genuineness in his eyes, right? And he started reminiscing with her about how they met, how beautiful she looked. And then he did the dagger. He hit her with the dagger. He called her desperate. He said that he cannot wait for Haley to be his wife, and Dani should just accept it and show some grace. And basically he told her, you're a Dupree. You shouldn't be begging in this manner because it's beneath you. I feel so horrible for Dani in this moment, because as a woman, she was telling him that if he comes back home, she can overlook everything and she will carry the torch moving forward. He doesn't have to fix anything. And in this moment, my heart breaks for Dani, because I'm just like, as a Black woman, you're willing to take so much ish from a man, from all the cheating he has done, from all the disrespect, but you are willing to lower yourself to that standard, to be something for him, to be strong for him, to carry the burden of your marriage. Something that, granted, maybe you have played a part in the demise, but you did not cheat on him. You did not sleep with your child's best friend. You're not marrying your child's best friend. And to see Dani in this moment, for her to stoop to that level of begging Bill to love her. Oh, my heart breaks. On top of that, we go over to Nicole and Ted, and they're basically putting together a tribute video that is being filmed by Andre. So Nicole is getting awarded she's getting some award in psychology, so they're putting together this video tribute of them. And they're talking about how they met in Maui at some medical conference and they fell in love and like, all of that. Then Andre goes on to ask about Ashley. Just when I thought that Andre was the one for Dani, I'm just like, oh, here he goes. So he's asking about Ashley, and Ted and Nicole is just letting him know that Ashley is with someone, and we all know he's not very stable when it comes to women. He's all about the place. And I'm just like, oh God. Oh, anyways, so we go over to the wedding and everyone is basically waiting. The Duprees are all dressed in black. Majority of the guests from Fairmont is dressed in black, and everyone is just basically talking about how they can't believe that Bill is getting married to Haley and how disrespectful it is to Dani and all of that. And Dani's just like, no, it's okay. It's okay, guys. Thank you for being here for me. And then Dani went to the bar and Bill comes up to her and wanting to apologize for the way he spoke to her earlier by calling her desperate and all that. And Dani basically let him know that, yeah, you were very cruel in the words that you use. And Bill is like, he's sorry. And so Dani's is letting him know that she doesn't even want to be at this wedding. Bill is saying, you know, she appreciates her being there. It shows that she is trying to move forward, and it's a start for everyone to move forward. Dani just basically said, no, I'm not moving forward. And I hope my presence here is, curse over the rest of your life, because I don't want to be here, and I'm not going to wish you and your WHORE any success or anything good. And she threw the drink in his face. And I'm just like, oh, Dani. For me, in this moment, you can tell that Bill and Dani, they're toxic people together, right? And I just wish for her, as the kind of woman that the Dupree woman is, you don't have to stoop to that level of throwing drinks in your ex's face, because you rise above it. You show more poise. And I just wish that Dani could just understand her power and take back her power and not let Bill have so much control over her life. But at the same time, I get it, because she's been married to him for so long. So when you're married to someone for so long, and to see the demise of that marriage and all the work that you've put into that marriage, all the things that you guys have built together, it is hard to kind of just let someone come in and take that all away, you know, but at some point you have to choose yourself. So anyways, the wedding gets underway and the venue is beautiful. They have a whole harp playing for the entrance. Like, when I tell you, this show is literally chef's kiss when it comes to bouginess and black excellence with a little bit of drama. It is, oh, it's chef kiss. Like, I love it. So we have Carolyn, who is the bridesmaid, walking in. And then when she walks in, she sees everyone. The Duprees are on one side, and then the rest of Fairmont is on the other side. And they are not even standing for anything. So, and then Bill just give her the look to be like, it's okay, like, just come on up. Then Haley walks up and she sees everyone and she's surprised. But at the same time, again, the Duprees are not standing. Like, some of the men stand up, and Anita looked at Vernon and he she gave him this look, and then everybody just sat back down, which I thought was so funny because why are you standing? We're not honoring her. Why are you standing? So again, Bill gives Haley the look to say it's okay. And so she walks up to him, and then they started doing the ceremony. So we switch back over to Leslie and Eva, and Eva is just telling Leslie about the interview and that she got the job. And then in this moment, we find out that Ted Richardson is Eva's father, because Leslie says you will finally be where you belong, in your father's house. And I'm like, oh, what? Because Ted doesn't even seem like the type that he cheated on Nicole or anything like that. At least not yet. We haven't seen any inclination that he is a cheater or anything like that. But hey, he has a daughter that is not with Nicole. I also feel like Eva lied about Leslie not being her biological mom, because it doesn't make sense. The all this planning and plotting that they're going through to get into Ted and Nicole's life. I feel like that is actually her biological mom, and she might have had a slight affair with Ted, and Ted maybe forgot about the affair, or it happened one time and it slipped his mind. I don't know, but it's just weird. And then we have Andre and Ashley, who is stuck in an elevator with a pregnant lady. So I guess they're going to have to deliver the baby. Then we go over back to the reception where, of course, you know, that Bill and Haley, they're saying their vows or whatnot. And then the minister asks, ah, boy, she asked the question, if there's anyone who objects. And of course, Dani object. Guys, Dani got up and she said, I object. And my girl pulled out a pistol. Like, it looks like a semi-automatic pistol that she pulled out. And all you hear is everyone saying, Dani, no, Dani, no. And then you just hear the pistol go off. And that was the end of that episode. So episode 6. And that episode starts off back at the wedding where Dani fired the shot. The first shot that she fired was basically a warning shot. No one was hit. And Jacob, who is Naomi's husband, of course, he's a police officer. So he's trying to get Dani to put the pow pow down. And Dani's like, nope. You need to stay back because you might get it too. He's like, just like, you know, Dani, you need to let all the people go from the venue. So she's like, yeah, they're free to go, but me and Bill and Haley, we not going nowhere because I got some things to say. So the guests, they ran out the venue and leaving the Duprees. Dani still holding the pow pow in front of Haley and Bill. And so she starts talking about her disdain for them and how, you know, just continuing to talk about how she helped to build Bill's career and how she financed his career and how Haley came in and took everything and how how Dani was saying that she became everything that Bill wanted her to be, and then he just basically discarded her. And you could see and feel the rage in Dani's eyes, her body, and everyone was just allowing her to speak. But at the same time, her father was just like, Dani, just put the pow pow down so we can talk about this after. And she's like, no, I'm not putting anything down. And on top of this, guys, Chelsea's phone is on live. So all the world is watching this go down while Dani is holding these people hostage. And the reason she's holding the pow pow in front of them is because she wants them to beg for her forgiveness. I get it, but I find this to be so cliche and I find it to be so beneath her that you don't I get the anger and I get the plot, but it's so beneath. I would for me I would have wanted her to actually fire the pow pow and actually do some damage. You know what I mean? Because ain't no way you are going to come into my home, befriend my daughter and steal my husband right under my roof, and then I'm going to show up to your wedding with my family. You're going to be living the life that I build and reap the benefits. And I'm supposed to be okay with it? No, I'm not going to be okay with that. So I would have, even if she didn't like unalive anyone, I would have rather Haley just being grazed just for my satisfaction. Anyways, so Bill and Dani, they ended up wrestling for the pow pow. It went off again, and it seemingly like someone did get hit, but no one got hit. And this is where I have a problem with the writing for the show, because if two people are wrestling in the manner that they were very close to each other, and the pow pow goes off, then someone would have gotten hit. But in this moment, no one got hit. Anyways, Bill ended up getting the pow pow away from Dani and gave it to Jacob, and then everyone ended up leaving the venue. The wedding didn't complete. And Bill says to Vernon that he will be sending him the bill for the damages. Next scene is with Leslie and Eva, and they're still talking about how Ted basically disregarded them, and how Kat and Martin, how they have the perfect life as children, and Eva didn't get half of that. So basically they've planned this whole thing to get into Ted and Nicole's life, because Leslie feels disregarded by Ted, and that Ted wanted nothing to do with Eva or her. And I don't know, for some reason, I'm feeling that the story between Leslie and Ted is a little bit more complicated, and she's not really telling Ava the full truth about why Ted doesn't have anything to do with her, with them, and maybe why Ted doesn't remember them when he saw them at the hospital. So I feel like there's some kind of truths that are not being told within this moment. However, Leslie has made it sure that Eva is very venomous towards Ted and Nicole, and she feels resentment. So back at the hospital now, Andre and April, who is stuck in the elevator with the pregnant lady, they now have to deliver the baby, while Derek, he is looking for Ashley because they were supposed to have dinner. And so he's at the restaurant waiting for Ashley. He can't hear from her. So he took it up on himself to go to the hospital, to see if she's okay. He gets to the hospital and then was told that Ashley left with Andre, and he's getting worried because he's like, what? So anyways, the elevator got unstuck, and then they finally came out. He saw the baby was delivered. Everything is okay. They took pictures of the baby, and the mom wanted a picture of Ashley and Andre holding the baby for the baby's baby book. And the way that Andre put his arm around Ashley, Derek was just like, what is going on? So he's picking up on the fact that Andre might have something going for Ashley, but we don't know if the same is for Ashley towards Andre. Then we have Dani and the Duprees back at Anita and Vernon's home, and Anita is pissed to the core at Dani. Like, she ripped into Dani so well about this whole stunt that she pulled at the wedding. She was so disappointed and she let her have it. She let her know that she's a Dupree. She was raised better than that. And all this trouble that she's causing the family. Now her father has to fix her mess. It was just very, you know, when a black parent rips into you when you do something wrong, that is the kind of ripping into that Dani got, to the point where she felt so bad and she wanted to apologize, but her mom was not having it. Like, her mom was over it. To the point that they called a press conference to handle the whole scandal, because now they realize that Chelsea was live. The whole world is gonna know about this mess that happened, and they need to get ahead of the drama. So Vernon called a press conference. So while Vernon called the press conference, you have Haley and Bill, who did end up getting married. So they ended up just having this ceremony with the minister and the bridesmaid and the best man. So just the five of them at the venue. She ended up getting married, and then when they got back to their home, their new home that they bought, Bill got an alert from one of his friends at the post, letting him know that Vernon has called a press conference and he is required to go to the press conference. So we'll see what happens at that press conference and how this whole scandal is going to be spun around and how they're going to handle it. But for episode 5 and 6, it was a really good episode. You get more context into the characters and what role they play. So I'm loving everything so far. It's just that some of the writing, I want it to make sense. Like, I'm a logical person, so things need to make sense to me logically. And when it becomes a little bit too fiction, I'm just like, nah. But yeah, that was it for episode 5 and 6. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like and share, and I'll see you guys in my next video.